So you've seen what the coffee plant looks like with the red beans on it, some yellow beans and some green beans. This is an actual plant without the beans because it is just budding. If you look carefully, you'll see the little buds that are coming up. That's gonna form a flower, and that's gonna bloom and becomes the bean. So on the backdrop of looking at this plant and also observing the mountain range behind this plant and looking down the valleys into what we call Magyar's farm. So it's a chicken farm back in the days when I was growing up. I think they still have some chicken down there, but it's not as thriving as it was back in the days. And it's a small world. I met a friend in Canada, Miss Paulette Fagan, whose family history traces back to the Magyans. So back to the coffee story. So the Blue Mountain coffee can claim its origin from a French king in the 18th century. This is around 1723 that King Louis sent 3 of these coffee plants to a French colony, an island called the Martinique. This island is also very lush and good for coffee, right? But then 5 years or so later, Sir Nicholas Laws, this is around 1728, who was then the governor of Jamaica, received a gift of one lone coffee plant, just one coffee plant. And as they said, the rest is history, because that plant, which was one of the Arabic coffee plants, an exquisite coffee that was introduced to the world, this one plant was nurtured and grew into a plantation. I think at one point they had over 200 plantations of coffee in Jamaica back in the days. I think now there's probably about a 48 active plant. So within 9 years, the plant, it had grown beyond recognition. It had grown so much. Of course, the reason why the coffee plant thrive is because of the volcanic soil that is presented in this area, and the misty cloud. For a couple of days while I was doing videos, I showed you the clouds overshadowing the Blue Mountains. As we look in that direction right now, we can still see, although it's a really clear sky today and it's really beautiful all over. Yep, you see my other plants all over. That cool, misty atmosphere causes the plant to be wonderful. So when you combine the sunlight, the mistiness, the shade from some of the burning of the sun, you get a really fantastic coffee, with rich flavor, full body with a mild acidity rather. So the Blue Mountain coffee, must be grown at an altitude, of course, over 1,800 meters. So it's popular in the parish of Portland, St. Andrew, St. Mary, and in St. Thomas, where I'm at right now. So right now, currently, Blue Mountain coffee is one of the most expensive coffee in the world. Really thriving. And here, the local farmers, because we don't have big, massive plantations in this area in particular. But all the local farmers come together, and I think they get about 8,000, which is about 80 Canadian dollars, just doing the value of the coffee.